Good morning, everybody. I'm Ashley Ingalls-Ross. I'm the Vice President of Small Business at the Huntsville Madison County Chamber of Commerce. And we are here today with Christopher Udall at the AgTech Accelerator over at HudsonAlpha. Welcome. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
How about, can you start by telling a little bit about yourself and what you do here at the AgTech Accelerator?
Yeah, my name's Christopher Udall. I'm a three-time founder. First business was in the Middle East, which gives a lot of great perspective.
It's unbelievable. It's so fascinating, yes.
I have an MBA from the University of Notre Dame, studied entrepreneurship at Oxford, ended up here to manage the HudsonAlpha AgTech Accelerator Powered by Generator. So I'm a managing director at Generator, which is a global investment firm for venture capital with over $2 billion under management.
Wonderful. So we talked to the, and correct me if I say this thing wrong, the G-Beta program working here in Huntsville that is a generator program. So can you tell a little bit about how your program fits into the greater generator programming model?
Absolutely. So the G-Beta is our pipeline incubator.
Okay.
So we take founders with just an idea. Usually they're still working their full-time jobs and they're wanting to get into entrepreneurship. We're that next step for the entrepreneur. We come in similar to Shark Tank with a $100,000 investment in exchange for equity.
Okay.
And then we have a much longer program. So ours is a 12-week program where we expect and foster 20% growth month over month.
Oh my gosh. So can you tell, that to me is intimidating. Can you tell a little, what does that mean? What does that mean for a founder? What does that mean for these companies?
So for every founder, it's different. Generator, unlike other accelerators, has no curriculum. We are a concierge approach. So when you come in, we will build out what this program is going to look like for you.
Oh my gosh.
We have munch and learns with experts. We don't say we have this group of mentors we'll introduce you to. We go out and find mentors specifically to solve the problems that you're facing.
Interesting.
So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we sit down on one-on-ones and we map that out. What does it look like for you to have the problems you're facing solved relating to growth, right? That doesn't always mean revenue, but it is very common for it to mean revenue. And then we help foster those relationships and solve those problems.
So can you kind of dive into a little bit more about what this programming does as opposed to the G-Beta? So the G-Beta is fostering, like, getting you ready to take, correct me if I'm wrong, to take your idea into a business. And then when they get here, they're working their business. And there's investors that you're talking to, and can you help us understand what that means?
Correct. So G-Beta is getting them to a point where they're ready to raise money.
Okay.
So they're working through all of their pitch decks, they're working through their ideation phase, they're getting feedback from mentors on, customer feedback. We want them to have their minimum viable product ready by the end of G-Beta, so they have something to show.
Okay.
And then we usually come in with the first dollars that they're ever going to receive as a company. So we come in at the very earliest stage of the business with our $100,000.
Yeah.
And then our main goal is to help you be as packaged with a bow on top for the next investor. So we're going to help you raise, usually it's between $500,000 and $1.5 million is what our founders have gone on to raise post-program. Wow, okay. And then we've seen more and less as well.
So can you talk a little bit about the type of company that you have in this program?
Yeah, so we are an AgTech Accelerator in partnership with the HudsonAlpha Institute for Biotechnology. So we focus a lot on your intersections between agriculture and biology. So ag bio, we do some robotics, hard tech. We really paint with a wide brush because so many things affect agriculture. Okay. Generally, the entrepreneurs that we see are not going to be your hoodied college kids who are really excited about ag in school. They're going to be your PhDs, your academics studying in agriculture. Often we see military veterans that retire and then get a hobby farm and start paying attention to agriculture, start a business, or your retired executives do the same.
Okay. So where are the folks that participate in the accelerator coming from?
So they come from all over the world. We've got some from San Francisco, from New York. We've got some from Poland, from Spain. We've had some Russian founders. We really don't care where they come from.
Okay.
They do need to incorporate as a Delaware C Corp to receive our investment.
Okay.
And then the bulk majority of our investors that we manage their money are Alabama. So when these
Okay.
companies go on and they're super successful, it's going to help the folks right here at home in Huntsville that are participating on the investment side of the portfolio.
Oh, wow. Yeah, when you talk about ag tech and all the different things, I'm looking back here at our little rocket. The little rocket, what is that, 6 feet tall, and it's got a tractor inside of it? That's outstanding.
It does. Well, that's one of my favorite parts about Huntsville and what the mentors and investors in this city have done is they've helped one of our portfolio companies already launch to space, currently on the ISS right now.
Oh my gosh. And do you have another one coming up?
We have 4 more companies going up next year.
Okay.
And those are all Army vets who decided to innovate in agriculture, and we're doing
Y'all, that
joint
is
mission.
awesome. That is so cool.
Yep, so hopefully those will come back down where we anticipate to launch some peanuts. We have produced the most peanuts in the world here in the state, so we'd like
Okay.
to make a limited run of space peanut M&Ms for these vets.
Oh, I like it.
Given the peanut M&Ms history in World War II and with
Okay.
the Army and things. So.
Okay, very good. Okay, so tell me, how do companies engage with you? How do they get involved? How do they do that?
Yeah, if I haven't already emailed you, please reach out to me. My contact information's on the Generator website under
Okay.
HudsonAlpha AgTech Accelerator.
Okay.
I'm always looking for the best and brightest to invest in. And, we go through about 8,000 outreaches per cycle.
What does that mean, 8,000 outreaches?
That means I go through and find every pitch competition in Saskatchewan, and I'll email you if I think you're a good fit for the program and let you know what we're doing.
Oh, wow.
So we're always looking for ag innovations. If you haven't looked at agriculture, there's a lot of life science companies that would do well to start in agriculture.
Okay.
Based on FDA regulations, it's much
Okay.
faster to start
Okay.
with animal health than human health. So there's a lot of things that we try and work with to get founders excited about agriculture. And sending ag companies to space is one of those ways we're trying to make ag sexy with the space ag angle.
Yes, absolutely. How many companies have been through the AgTech Accelerator so far?
15.
15. And so what do you hear back from them? Do they stay here? What are you hearing from them in regards to their experience in the program?
We've had several relocate to Huntsville once they see what we have going on in this town as a secret deep tech hub in America.
Yes.
We have companies out of California that have labs now here at Hudson Alpha.
Okay.
We have companies out of New York that are doing the same. One company that moved from Miami.
Okay.
I think it's hard to talk about what that growth means to a founder.
Okay.
I think the best example is in our last cohort, we had a founder that set the goal to grow 20% month over month, that's required,
Okay.
and he grew 6x during the
Wow.
program.
Wow.
And has just secured a lead investor at a $30 million valuation.
Wow.
And so for him, that growth all came about during pivots that he made during this accelerator.
So that he learned as he was
Correct.
going through.
Correct.
It is so exciting to hear that kind of entrepreneurship happening here, that kind of business growth and development happening here in Huntsville.
I've got just some facts I could read off. You can use them or not, but we've helped our founders raise over $4.5 million. And this accelerator has created 46 new jobs.
Can you tell me, how does that compare to similar programs in other parts of the country? Do you know?
I would say we're on track to be one of the highest performing accelerators globally, mainly because what the data that we're tracking has all happened within the last 14 months.
Wow.
So this is very, very quick. What I've seen in my experience working in other markets and working in other countries accelerating businesses, I haven't seen a hungrier group of people. I haven't seen a hungrier city that wants to both support entrepreneurship and make sure it thrives. And that also spreads across the state of Alabama. It's, in my opinion, Huntsville is what Silicon Valley was in the 1980s. We have all of the deep tech, we have all of the highly intelligent individuals. We need that spark of investors to come in and fuel entrepreneurs to get out of their very high-paying corporate jobs and into the entrepreneurship space, and then we will be on track to beat the Bay Area here in the next 5 years.
So when you say you see a city that's hungry to support entrepreneurs and see them grow, what are the resources that you're talking about?
Predominantly, it's very high net worth individuals who have made their careers in the DoD or in aerospace, and they get excited about other kinds of ventures coming in and wanting to give back.
Yes.
I think Southern hospitality plays in there, businesses being first and foremost a community. One of the things that we've done in this program is investor dinner parties, where we just go to an investor's house, have them invite their neighbors, and have a good old Southern barbecue.
Right.
And we've seen hundreds of thousands of dollars of investment come out of those dinners where we do not allow our founders to pitch. It's just about making friends, building community, and that's something that's very, very unique here in Huntsville and in the South that you're not going to find in the Bay Area or in New York or in Boston.
So can you say obviously investment in your business is important, but can you talk about when you don't have that kind of investment, what does that mean for some of these companies, right?
Yeah, we've seen a lot of folks in this community just want to volunteer their time to help build these businesses, mentor the founder in a very real, we're talking about going in and building out complicated financial spreadsheets for free so a founder can get a grasp on a certain issue or problem that they're facing. So there's tangibles and intangibles that are being given and supported, and this community has been very generous with their time and with their knowledge.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful to hear, and I'm not the least bit surprised. So Chris is going to take us on a quick tour of their space here, and maybe we'll get to meet a founder along the way. We'll see how it goes. Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
Awesome. My name's Ashley Ingalls-Ross. I'm with the Huntsville Chamber of Commerce. Very good.
My name is Blair Blacker. We take human hair, chicken feathers, pull the nutrients out of those two items, craft a biostimulant, adding a little bit of moringa leaf. We use that to craft a biostimulant, which reduces synthetic chemicals you need to grow plants. We get bigger plants, healthier plants, much better for the soil. We rejuvenate the soil. We also have a product, a little change that keeps deer out of farmers' fields.
Wonderful. What were you doing before you found out about this accelerator with this business? How were you working this business?
Struggling until Chris came and beat us up and motivated us to do what he wanted us to do, and then we excelled.
Yeah, Blair sold his last business to Raytheon for $500 million. So he's very humble, but this is not his first go around in entrepreneurship. He developed a hook-type mechanism that he was selling, eventually sold it back to Raytheon for $500 million, and then started this next venture, which struggled along and until we pivoted and found out that it actually deters deer deprivation in crops, which is one of the #1 problems in agriculture.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a huge innovation. The state is excited. Insurance companies are excited. You can essentially help reduce the number of deer that cross roads.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's exciting. And he's now manufacturing in Ozark, Alabama.
Oh, fantastic.
From a relationship he made in this program as well.
So this is equipment that you have here.
Correct.
Okay, and HudsonAlpha helps you with that, or how does that?
I rent this as part of Generator,
Okay.
the accelerator, and we provide this lab space to the founders that need a lab space. I don't necessarily kick them out either.
Right.
Catherine's been here for over a year.
Wow.
And we continue to allow them expansion opportunities to grow. So some of these labs in our neighboring rooms are available to rent once they graduate out and prove their scientific technology. So we've got piles of feathers, but that's just covered in boxes. But That's the intention.
Okay.
So similar to IndieBio in California,
Okay.
but better, because
Okay.
our labs are here at Hudson Alpha and are equipped with all of the purchase power that comes with Hudson Alpha.
Okay, can you, and we can walk through,
Yeah.
what is that relationship with Hudson Alpha? So when you say purchase power, is that equipment and things like that?
So it
Okay.
allows the founders to purchase in bulk discounts. Even if they only need one or two things, they can still
Okay.
get it because the campus is going to purchase with a bulk discount, and you can buy it from the campus store for a discounted price.
So, go ahead.
And at a nonprofit rate.
Nice, nice.
This is where, so as you know, Hudson Alpha does a lot of genomic
Right,
research.
right.
As you also know, that is the theme of the movie Jurassic Park.
Yes,
So this is where we store the eggs.
okay. This is one of my favorite movies. Oh, look at that.
This is a growth chamber where we're testing crop resilience to different things like pesticides.
I can't
and
see it.
mites.
It's camouflage. No, I'm kidding. Oh my gosh, what a fantastic tour. Thank you so much, Christopher, for your time, for showing us all of these things that are available to small businesses and entrepreneurs right here in Huntsville, Alabama. So well done. Thank you so much. We'll look forward to next time. Please take an opportunity to go through the videos that we have and all of the other social media and videos that we have on the Huntsville-Madison County Chamber's website. We can't wait to tell you more about the resources available to the small business community here, right here in Huntsville, Alabama.